www.w.E.P.F.co.uk.
Welcome back to the Champions League pool here on Free Sports. This is the table after 2 matches, and Brian Halcrow here is looking to upset the party. It's a nightmare group this to pick a winner from at the start of things, but the underdog has beaten the favourite in the second match of the night, which means we now have absolutely no idea where this group is going to go. Jordan Shepherd is back in action. He's up against the loser of the first match, which is John Rowe. 2 really, really close games so far, Simon. Both on a razor edge, and I think that's just what it's going to be like tonight. It really is going to go down to the wire.
I think it's fair to say that all 4 players will feel like they should have won their first match, and obviously 2 of them did, but 2 of them didn't. We haven't seen a draw yet, so very important match here for these 2 guys. The loser will be out. Very important for whoever manages to get the points on the board. Not the best opening break from John, didn't catch that very well at all. And it's not a very good split, not the opportunity that Jordan Shepherd wanted after not winning that previous match, especially with the chances that he had. He's going to be very frustrated out there.
And he is a player to wear his heart on his sleeve. You never have to think too hard to what Jordan Shepherd's feeling out there.
Yeah, it certainly lets us know how he's feeling.
I just have to say whether he'd have preferred a chance just to cool off from it, or if he's just rather get straight back on that table and put it right. It's a difficult one. I think it depends player on player, doesn't it?
It does. I think Jordan normally likes to just get on with it. You see, when in a match, when he makes a mistake, he's itching to get back to the table and respond with it, even if it costs him a frame, and try and get the next frame on the board. And I think that's how he's going to be feeling out there now. He just wants his next opportunity. He wants his get this match and get going.
I think that was an attempted part. It's difficult to say. Safe white has been left. I don't think Jordan was trying to go for the clearance there.
Half a chance here for John. All the yellows actually have a pocket. Yellow nearest those 3 reds on the bottom cushion. That will go to the bottom right, and you've got the perfect ball to land on it as well. So this is actually could unravel into a very good opportunity.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go back and contradict myself, because I think it was a missed pop from Jordan as we look at it again. Just not quite seeing the line of the balls right at the moment is Jordan Shepherd, but he's got a chance here to make amends, but again, another missed pot. And he is struggling. No 2 ways about it.
Yeah, no doubt. Not very often you see him miss the way he's missing at the moment. Normally the misses come from Jordan when, you know, he doesn't land nicely or doesn't get the position he wants. It's normally cue ball control that can let him down when he's trying to do too much. For him to be missing the balls he's missing in the manner that he is a surprise, and to me just a sign of how little pool he's played over the last 12 months. Important for John Rowe, as it was for Brian Halcrow in the previous match, to punish those mistakes. If you let Jordan's mistakes off, he can find his form again. Excellent shot from John. Queuing over those reds, very difficult. One good positional shot here, and that should be the first frame. Would have loved an extra 2 or 3 inches off the cushion, but the angle's perfect. Just has to cue this one in. in goes the 8 ball. So both players had a couple of opportunities in that opening frame, but it is John Rowe that manages to get the frame on the board, and very frustrated Jordan Shepherd sits there and has to wait for his next frame. And Stephen Jameson has popped out to get a few words with Brian Halcrow.
I'm a very happy Brian Halcrow as well. That was some opening match you got yourself there, and the first thing you said when you saw me was, "I've upset the apple cart." Right. Cats amongst the pigeons, isn't it?
Cats amongst the pigeons. Didn't play too good, to be fair, but Jordan had his chances, he didn't take them. You don't take them, you get punished. I passed the chances to him, he gave us them back. I took them in the end, and it's a good match to win 3-2, to be fair, because I didn't get off to a great start, 2-0 down, not really had a sniff. And then I'm up against it, so I come out winning with that one. I'm really pleased.
Yeah, you've come in at least as the bookmakers underdog, even if other people might not think that. Is that something you see yourself as, or do you see this as a really even competition?
Happy to go underdog. I know I can beat anybody on my day, so I'm quite happy to go under the radar and let them go top dogs, you know what I mean? Maybe the bookie's favourite, and I'll keep upsetting them.
And this format seems to invite that sort of thing, doesn't it? It does seem to really even the playing field. Anything can happen.
It's took me back to 15, with you running around the table like that. Right? But it's good, it's great for the game, you know. I really enjoy these rules. I think they're the future, and I'm really pleased to be part of it, to be truthful with you. Really
First time at 20 seconds a shot?
Yeah, and I still had my extension in hand, didn't I?
You did indeed.
I didn't even use it. So next
you don't
time,
get 2 for the next game, mind.
No, it's a pity I can't add them up, but I'm happy to get the win. As I say, Jordan led us off a fair bit there, but it happens in pool. You take your chances. If you don't take them, you get punished, and I'm happy to get the win.
Well, we're happy to see you so happy as well. Best luck for the rest of the night.
Much appreciated.
Back to you, Si.
I think Brian Halcrow has summed it up perfectly there. If you don't take your opportunities, you get punished, and he certainly did punish Jordan Shepherd. But he's in great spirits as well. Excellent interview, really enjoyed that. This has been some effort from Jordan Shepherd. He cannot get hold of this cue ball and get to grips with his chance. He chased that finish all the way through. Eventually, it comes to an end. And the worst thing about that from Jordan Shepherd's side of the table is the fact that he's cleared all the yellows out of the way, and now this is a fantastic opportunity on reds. A fantastic opportunity for John Rowe to get himself 2-0 in front. Stephen Jameson rejoins me in the commentary box. That was good from Brian, really enjoyed that.
Oh, his enthusiasm's so contagious, really is. I said it to him as well before we got the interview going. He's the mardiest looking man when he's at the table, but he really is the most happy-go-lucky chap you've ever seen off it. And yeah, he just gives off an energy of being happy to be here. But as he said, he's not here to make up the numbers. He's more than happy to fly under the radar, but he's a serious pool player in his own right, Brian Halcrow. And as we said at the top of the show, write him off at your peril. It's a prize win for sure, but you saw it was a deserved win in the end.
He's got a brilliant belief in his own ability. He believes he can beat anyone. He's happy to take on anyone. He's not worried whether other people think he's the underdog or not. He believes in what he can do, and if he gets the chances, he's going to take them. I think he summed up the match perfectly. He didn't play his best. Jordan let him off a few times, but he gave the chances straight back.
We see in the second frame Jordan going chasing a clearance, almost trying to play his way back into form, wasn't he? It's a difficult thing to do. The clearance was that difficult. It was high tariff, not quite able to get over the line, and now he's on the verge here. Here's Jordan Shepherd. 2-0 up, not the no from his facial expression. You can see the cogs turning there in John's mind. He's really trying to work this one out, isn't he?
Looks focused, doesn't he? He looked really up for this.
I know you had a chat with him earlier, and he was sort of telling you that he's a little bit out of competition mode, not played in too many tournaments as well as no one has in the last year, but in the last couple of years he's not really been playing anywhere near as much as he used to. He was world champion in 2012, and since then has gradually played less and less and less. But Looks like he's trying to get back into that competition mode.
I think he's enjoying it more. I think I think the one thing that he's got a club in Peterborough that he when he does play, he doesn't play. When he's at the club, I'm trying to say he doesn't play that much because when you're at the club, you're there to run the club. So I think what's happened with COVID, and obviously we'd all rather it hadn't happened, but it's meant he's not had to do that. So he's, filling time, and he's actually probably played a little bit more, just with himself, or just having some fun practicing. But he's almost enjoying the game or rediscovering the enjoyment of the game.
Dry break though from the ringer, and it's not a bad lie, this.
Red ball's in play.
Reds might just be there. Requires a little bit of working out. It's not an easy clearance, but you can see from the way that Jordan was playing in that second frame in particular, his mind hasn't gone in any way. They're still working out the angles and the patterns as quick as they ever did. What has seemingly deserted him a little bit, as we see there, is just that judgment on pots. It's not quite there for him yet.
It's just missing, isn't he? He's just not quite cueing as well as he normally does. He also, it has to be said, and especially in this match, there was a little bit of it in the last match as well, the chances he's getting are, he wants to be aggressive, he wants to take them on, and he wants to go for it, but this is a prime example in this frame. That wasn't a wide open opportunity to try and clear up. That was difficult, needed some good developing shots to be able to do so. So
I think he's one of the few players in the world who really goes at that off the rip, for sure.
Extension called.
Extension call from John Rowe.
Well, this will work. If that red drops in.
Oh, that's... Well, the hand up in apology tells me he didn't mean it. I was going to say it was such a good shot to be able to see that, but I think he has got a little bit of luck. He won't mind that in the slightest if he can recover it. Plant to the top right will be easy enough. Landing on his next ball might be a bit tricky. Just has to place with a lot of control. And he hasn't. He hasn't left Jordan an awful lot either.
And that skill shot to the top of the table has completely turned the frame around, whether it's intended or not. Even with that miss, he is in the driving seat. Jordan, I think, was just trying to put that red on top of the yellow and create a problem ball for John, almost in defensive mode, trying to stay in the frame. And I don't think he has managed it. I think this yellow, I'm pretty sure this yellow passes the red and as a plant to the top left corner.
A shake of the head here from John. I'm not sure he can get through to it.
Has he come too far?
Can he just sneak around it? I think he's okay. No, you couldn't see the angle. So safety is played. Did just wonder there, we sometimes get caught out by this camera angle. It can be so deceptive for us. Of course we're not. Next to the table to see the angles ourselves. That's a canny little shot from Jordan. He's just starting to turn the tide here. This is now a difficult frame for John to win. Before that, it wasn't necessarily, and he knows that. He's played himself into trouble here. This is now a much more even frame.
Twofold shot from Jordan Shepherd, and well played. Get one of the yellows off the table, perfectly legal shot of course, and also try and tie the black up in the same shot.
Jordan's tied up, sorry, John rather, is tied up another one of his yellows. Tap of the cue from Jordan, because he knows that he's not got a lot to go at here, but at the same time, neither is John, and Jordan doesn't need telling twice. Great opening shot.
I think this camera angle shows that the red at the bottom doesn't go. He's going to have to play some sort of cannon. Well, he gets the cannon perfectly, but misses the pot.
That was close. That was nearly brilliant.
It was. He had to play that with so much left-hand side. You could see the spots on the cue ball spinning there as it came down the table. It's not been the worst leave.
Yeah, it could be a lot worse. If he takes the pot onto the middle, it's not easy. And in fact, he leaves it well alone. Plays safe. Chance to lay a decent snooker here, Jordan, I think. Yeah, there you go. Have some of that. We always seem to say this, but this match in particular, with the stakes that are on it for both these players, I mean, both lost already. This third frame is massive. Right in the balance. Is John going to block that pocket? No, he isn't. Now then, Jordan Shepherd has had trouble.
He didn't block the pocket, but what he has done is block the path of the cue ball. And if he takes the red to the bottom right-hand corner, it's very difficult to get on the red to the left-hand side of the table. And if he takes one on the left-hand side of the table, it's a much tougher pot. Yeah, not surprised to see that, the way he's been playing.
Oh, he's got a touch, though. He's got an absolute touch of luck. He's so frustrated, Jordan Shepherd. I think he could barely find it within himself to apologise for that, but that is about as good as he possibly could have left that. That's how close he came. John Rowe to really throwing the cat amongst the pigeons in this frame. This now has to go for Jordan, I think. And again, it's not there for him. Might have played it with as a bit of a shot to nothing. He wouldn't leave anything, but those reds look tight, but it must have gone for him to take that on. I think it goes down as another miss.
Yeah, I don't think he had the full pocket. He definitely took it on expecting to make it. The reason he didn't take the other one, which would have been a much easier pot, was that he was cannoning into the ball that he did attempt, and that wasn't guaranteed to be on, so took the harder of the pots.
Check the side they played that shot with, by the way.
I think he's played a good shot, but he has opened up the pocket. I think that yellow now goes along the bottom cushion.
I think we'll find out. The way that John's played this tells me it does.
The one nearest to black he could possibly play into the jaw, into the red, and stay on the other yellow at the bottom as well.
Yeah, there's your answer. It's such a big frame, this. I think John Rowe just taking a minute to take that in. For 3-0.
Frame.
And Jordan Shepherd is on the brink here in the Champions League. 2-0, 3-0 rather to John Rowe. And in every frame, Jordan Shepherd has had a chance to win it.
Very frustrated. Jordan Shepherd sits there, and it's not the fact that he's losing, it's the fact that the performance he's put in so far, he's just missing so many balls. And even there, at the end of that frame, there was 2 or 3 really good chances to win it, and he just never looked like winning it. He just doesn't look his normal self.
He's, in many ways, Jordan Shepherd is beating himself. He's had the opportunities.
Yeah, I think he's had it's just been having a quick chat with him. I hadn't seen him for nearly a year with everything that's going on in the world, and I had a chat with him, and I think he's just really struggling with what's going on, and as a lot of us are with lockdown, not being able to play, not being able to do too much. He's not as sharp as he wants to be out there, but I don't think he's as mentally sharp as he wants to be as well.
Can you restart the clock, please? Time running.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. And see there by his reaction, a sarcastic nod at the table. It's tough out there. I mean, you know this probably better than most. So I mean, having been a really top player yourself, and then having to take more and more time away from the game, when you do come back, it is difficult, because that rustiness is very real. But it's also dealing with the frustration of not being able to do what you know you can very, very well.
That's the biggest thing. I always found that myself, was that the frustration of not being able to do what you know you normally can do. And unfortunately, and I think Jordan is a player that really needs to put the time in. He's a player that if he doesn't play a lot, he feels rusty. He said that himself. I think that's what we're seeing tonight, that he is rusty, but he's also now getting frustrated with the fact that he's making mistakes that he never normally makes. good positional shot required here for John to wrap up the match. He lands nicely on the red nearest the right centre pocket, and he can drop that down. The black is waiting. Looks like he's just got a fraction too much angle. I'm not sure if he can just drop this in, maybe pot it off the thick side of the pocket. So he's tried, he's gone too far, he's played for the double.
Oh, this is a big shot. Made it. Black's not easy. But if this 8 ball goes in, it's game over. John Rowe stays alive. And Jordan Shepherd is out.
Frame match, John Rowe.
Great win from John Rowe. 4-0 against Jordan Shepherd. Not the shootout King's night. By far and away his personal worst result in a shootout competition. But what a result for John Rowe. Having had a defeat in his first match, he's still alive and kicking here in the Champions League. A massive result.
Yeah, we've spoken a lot in that match about Jordan Shepherd and the performance he's just put in back-to-back in the previous 2 matches, but let's not take away from John Rowe, who played a very good match, only 2 missed pots in the match himself. He took the chances that were there for him. He turned a couple of tactical battles around. He very much deserved to win that match, and he keeps himself in the tournament. But for the tournament favourite, Jordan Shepherd to be out in 2 matches is a big surprise. For me, the biggest surprise is the fact that in 2 matches we've seen him miss 13 pots, which is incredible, really. And some of the frames or some of the mistakes he was making is just not used to what we're not used to seeing that from Jordan. But he'll be back. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, he certainly will. He's still got another match to play tonight. He still could have an influence on who ends up qualifying through. We've got one more match coming up for you next. It's Neil Rayburn versus Brian Halcrow. The 2 winners square off head-to-head when we come back.
This programme is brought to you by vinny.co.uk.